Hi everybody, this is Ed Thomas with Dimension 2000, and today I would like to walk you through our Mathcore2k.com website and show you how to effectively use that to help your students improve their math achievement. So first I'm going to log into the site. I'm going to go to my browser, and at the very top I'm going to click on the address and type in Mathcore2k.com, and there you can see it. So I will press enter, and here is the initial screen for Mathcore2k.com, and notice there's a member login. Now since I'm a member, when I click it, it's going to jump me right into the website. And if you're a new member, when you click that, it's going to ask you for a login and password, and you can simply type your login and password that we provide you with, and that will get you into the site. Now there is one point I need to share. If you have another Gmail account open, you need to sign out of that first before logging into this site. Sometimes people say, hey, my login and password did not work, but that's the problem. And when they sign out of their existing Gmail account and then log in with a new one, it gets them right into the website. So keep that in mind if you have any trouble getting into the site. So I'm clicking on member login, and I'm in. Here's the website. So Mathcore2k is designed to provide instructional strategies and resources for teachers who teach math associated with the Common Core. And this particular segment, this demonstration I'm doing, is appropriate for grades 3 through 8. So let me show you how to use it if you're a teacher of grades 3 through 8. The first thing I want to show you is what I call the Power of Everyday button, and you can see it right here where the little white hand is, and I will click on that, and all the grade level buttons come up. And so let's just say, for example, that I'm a 5th grade teacher, so I'm going to click on the 5th grade button, and a wealth of resources are going to pop up. Well, I want to start with the very top one that says Daily Problem Solving and Number Sense Challenges, and it says Semester 1. And even if you're starting this in the middle of the year, I would still start with the Semester 1 problems. And this is our high achievement math program. I'm going to use the down arrow key. And what we have here are daily problem solving challenges for the students. Now I'm going to stop right here and show you how this is designed from day to day. We recommend you start this on a Monday, and you're going to get a featured or main problem along with 3 number sense problems for your kids to work. And we literally want you to take about 5 minutes to do this at the start of class. Now, a great way to do that is tell your kids that you're going to give them 2 minutes where they work by themselves individually, and they have to read the problems and solve them to the best of their ability. And then when 2 minutes is done, you're going to tell the kids, okay, now you have 1 minute to work with a partner and share what you're doing. And then after that 1 minute goes by, then the teacher's going to step in and say, okay, let's talk together and see how we solve these problems. And then that's it. And so when the 5 minutes is done, you put it away and get on with your regular lesson. Now notice that Tuesday's problem, there's a little bracket here hooking these two, because Tuesday's main problem is going to be very, very similar to what Monday's was. So if some students didn't know how to solve the problem on Monday and they learned from you, then on Tuesday they'll be more likely to have success with it. And the number sense problems on Tuesday are very similar to Monday's as well. Now on Wednesday we changed the problem. It's still going to be 1 main problem, and then we have 3 number sense problems. And then Thursday's problem will be very similar to Wednesday's. And then on Friday we have a quiz that we want to give the students. It's right here on this slideshow, and it's going to be 5 questions. The first 2 questions are just like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday question, and the last 3 questions on the quiz are similar to the number sense problems. And all these slides that are going to come up with the problems and the quizzes on Friday, they all have solution slides with them. So let's arrow down and take a look at the very first one. So here it says find the value of the expression below. And obviously what we're working on here is the idea of parentheses, symbols of inclusions for the students. And so again, 2 minutes, students work by themselves, 1 minute share with a partner, and then 2 minutes teacher wrap things up. Now on the very bottom, notice the 3 number sense problems. The idea here is to teach kids how to break numbers apart, do the multiplication in parts, and then put it back together. So for example, 15 can be broken into a 10 and a 5. Now 8 times 10 is 80, and 8 times 5 is 40. And we know 8 plus 4 makes 12, so 80 plus 40 is going to be 12 with a 0, which is 120. The next problem, 52 take away 19, a great strategy might be to teach the kids to take 20 away. That makes it easier. 52 take away 20 leaves 32, but recognize you took one more than you should have, so put one back on 32 and you get 33. Another strategy for subtraction is to note that subtraction really provides the distance between two numbers on a number line. So if I slide both of these numbers up by 1 on the number line, the distance between them will be the same. So I could do the problem 53 take away 20, which is 33. Now 120 divided by 5, teach students that divide by is asking how many are in. So again, break the number 120 into two parts, 120. How many 5s are in 100? 20. How many 5s are in 20? 4. And so you get a grand total of 24 for your answer. Now arrowing down, you can see there's your answer slide. And so that'll be helpful. Now here's Tuesday's problem. See, Tuesday's very similar to Monday, and then there's the answer slide. And then on Wednesday, we change the problem. Now we're into a simple pattern. And there's your answer slide. And then Thursday will be similar to Wednesday, another pattern. And then answer slide. And then on Friday, we have a little quiz. Notice the first problem is like the Monday, Tuesday with parentheses. The second problem is like the Wednesday, Thursday problems on pattern. And then the last 3 questions are the number sense problems. So 99 plus 86, take 1 from the 86 and put it with a 99, and now the problem is 100 plus 85, which is very easy, 185. 678, take away 99, take 100 away, and that gets you down to 578, but you took 1 too many, so put 1 back and you get 579. 7 times 15, break your 15 into a 10 and 5. 7 times 10 is 70, 7 times 5 is 35, and 70 plus 35 makes 105. And the intent is not that you have to take these quizzes home and grade them as a teacher. I would let kids just swap papers and grade their own, and just congratulate kids who get all 5, and if someone doesn't get them all 5 right, say, okay, next week we'll go through the process again, because right after the solution key for the quiz comes a new problem for the next Monday. And just encourage kids to, congratulate the ones who get all 5 correct, and that's something they'll shoot for just to get your congratulations. Now, this is a very powerful tool. If you use it every day, it really will have a very positive impact on end-of-year testing. And don't worry if the problem of the day does not match up with your lesson. It's designed not to. And the reason is simple. We know the kids are going to learn a certain amount of information from your good lesson. And we know kids are going to learn some additional things from the daily warm-up. So by having the warm-up, at the end of the day, the kids will leave class learning 2 great things, material from your lesson and material from the warm-up, versus just getting the lesson material. So that's the instructional design. It really does work very well. Now I'm going to hit the back arrow. And here we are still on the list of the power of every day. And I want to take your attention. There's a lot of neat things here. Like one of them is if you click on the record form right here, problem solving, there's a record form you can actually print for your students. And it actually has a place for them to put their Monday solution and their number sense question answers. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And look at the bottom of the form. We have a place for the answers for Friday's quiz. So this is something you could print and give to your students each week, and on Friday collect that from your kids. Again, you don't have to take it home and grade it. It's just letting the kids know that, hey, this is important, and we are going to pick it up and take a look and see what everyone's doing. So I'm going to hit the back arrow key. Now also at the very bottom of this list are mental math strings. And my recommendation is that you do one of these at the end of class each day. These only take a few minutes. Let's take a look at the first one. It says start with the number of halves and 2 wholes. Well, the kids will think 4. Now add the number of eggs in a half a dozen. That's 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. This is all done in their head. Now subtract 9, gets you down to 1. Multiply by 100. 100 times 1 is still 100. And divide by 25. How many 25s are in 100? Answer 4. And what you want to do to make this a success, before you actually read these commands to your kids, preview. So ask kids, how many halves are in 1 hole? How many halves are in 2 holes? How many halves are in 3 holes? How many eggs are in 1 dozen? How about 2 dozen? How about a half a dozen? How about 2.5 dozen? What's the rule for multiplying by 100? Or in this case, multiplying by 1. And what do we mean by divide by 25? What's 75 divided by 25? And so by previewing, you'll have more kids be successful. And notice we're not giving the kids, in a lot of cases here, the numbers, like in this first command, start with the number of halves in 2 holes. Even though the number's 4, there's not a 4 in here. The kids have to figure it out. And as you go on with the mental masterings, there will be more of that where the kids are having to determine the number from the vocabulary. But this is a nice challenge. It's a great way to end and wrap up math time. After you're done doing this with the kids, ask for a student who got it right to come to the front of the class and go through the commands again and let the student call out their answers line by line. That way kids who did not get it right will be able to learn from the ones who did. And then, and again, congratulate the kids who got it right. Encourage those who didn't, that tomorrow we'll have another opportunity. And if you do this every day, this is going to have a very positive impact on your students' achievement. I'm going to hit the back arrow button. And I want to show you the button marked K8 Practice. Now, these practice assessment items, these are additional so that as you get near the end of year and it's time for end of year testing, if I'm a 5th grade teacher, I can click on grade 5. And this set of questions is going to help prepare kids for the end of year test even more pointedly, because if you notice, I have these problems are all directly linked with the Common Core standards. The other ones are as well, but these are even more so in the sense that we list the Common Core standard on these. And this one is about parentheses. Now look at the instructions on this one. Drag the parentheses into place so the value of the numeric expression is 19. So this is a different kind of problem, a little more creative thinking here, where because you can put the parentheses anywhere, but only one place is going to make it 19. And when you arrow down, there's the solution. So this would be good if you want to do some extra practice for end of year testing. This is on the website and you can have access to it. And again, we have it for all grades K through 8. Now I'd like to show you this button right here, the grade specific Common Core resources. And again, you get the grade level buttons. If I go to grade 5, these are the actual Common Core standards. And you can click on one of these and actually have access to a lot of nice resources. So I'm going to click on the one right here on add and subtract fractions. And notice all the resources that pop up for this. One, we have a lesson plan that's going to have essential questions, a hook, and a note for a hands-on activity you can do, and some other things. And then we have a task rotation activity, and I'll show you the task rotation activity is going to provide 4 tasks that look at the math through different learning styles. So here's the straightforward for the mastery learner. Here's for the interpersonal learner. We're going to connect the fraction idea to actual time on a clock. So the question here, like 15 minutes plus 30 minutes, what fraction problem would that be? Well, 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour. 30 minutes is a half. So that'd be 1/4 plus 1/2. And obviously if we went 30 minutes plus 15 more minutes on the clock would be at the 45-minute mark, which is 3/4 of an hour. So it would equal 3/4. So that's a nice activity, connecting fractions to a clock. Here on the understanding learner, we actually have kids think about the fact that, you know, we say we can't add fractions with unlike denominators. Well, kind of it's true with objects in the real world too. For example, 3 cars plus 2 trucks, we have to change the name of the item maybe to vehicles if you want to really add them up, because it's not going to be 5 trucks and it's not going to be 5 cars. We have to come up with another name, in this case vehicles. Well, that's what happens sometimes when you add like 2/3 plus 1/2. We have to convert over to 6, another object, so to speak. So this is a nice problem for the kids to think about that. And on a creative challenge, we're asking kids to create their own problems with unlike denominators whose sum is 1, 1.5, and 2, and we're asking for 3 problems for each of those answers. So the task rotation is very nice. If the kids go through task rotation, it's really going to help them to deepen their understanding and improve their proficiency with respect to the concept. Paired learner activity is just like it sounds. You ask your kids to work with a partner. You provide each student with a handout, and you can print these right here. And the kids work together as they go through the problem. So here we're solving fraction problems, but we're shading grids to show each fraction and also the solution in the end. And all of our Common Core standards are going to have resources like these. Here we're talking about pies. How would we draw lines on these pies to represent 1/2, take away 1/3 of a pie? And here we have a problem with pizza and one with candy bars as well. So these are very nice resources that you can have in addition to the great things you're already using with your students. These are videos. We have a really nice activity called the fraction paper cutting activity to really help kids with fractions. And our videos actually demonstrate how to do that activity with the students. And over here on the far right is a slideshow that you can play that shows the animation of the fraction paper cutting activity. So just a lot of really nice resources. And I'm going to hit the back arrow button. And notice again, we'll go back to the standards, and I'll go one more back, and there's our grade numbers again. And if I was an 8th grade teacher, I could click on grade 8, and here's my standards for 8th grade. And if I pick a standard and click on it, I'm going to get resources for that. So here on this one, we have a model lesson plan, we have a task rotation, we have a paired learner activity, and we have a video that you can watch as well. And just real quick, we'll take a peek at the paired learner activity. And here we're teaching kids how to solve an equation by inspection, where we cover up the variable term. We identify the variable term and cover it up with our hand or thumb. And we look at both sides of the equation. So I see a 48 on the right and an 8 on the left. And we ask, so what else do I need with that 8 to make the equation balance? Well, obviously I need 40. So now we remove our hand from the variable term and say, okay, so what does x have to be to deliver a 40? Since it's 4 times x, we know x has to be 10. And then we teach the kids to check their answer. And it's a real nice, intuitive way to solve equations. And here's some practice problems for the students. All right, I'm going to hit the back arrow button. And we've taken a look already at the grade-specific resources. That's where we are right now. We looked at the K-8 practice and the power of every day, where we have our problem-solving challenges and mental math strings. I'm going to click on the video list button. On the video list, we have a lot of nice videos about some really cool activities and strategies you can do with your students. I would take a look at these. These are the ones that I use in my professional development. Very, very good activities, very good strategies. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to click on the Algebra War Games and see there's a video window that opens. And when I click on play, you actually get a very nice video of me talking to another math consultant about this activity and how to use it with your students. And this video runs about 19 minutes. All of our videos provide information on the 5 stages of learning, the learning styles, the instructional strategy we're using.
Core curriculum connection. Students will
core curriculum connection, and more. And I'll advance this just a little bit so you can just see that later in the video what we do is it's me and another consultant talking about the actual activity and how to actually use it with your students.
All right, now I'm going to break the next rule on purpose as well. All right, ready, go.
So here I'm
plus
demonstrating
10
the
is 13.
rules of the game.
What I did there is I did my thinking out loud, which makes it hard for you to think. And so the second rule of our game is you're not allowed to think out loud. You have to just think in your head and just say the answer.
So this is a game we play in the classroom, and obviously if we don't have rules, we could have chaos. So we have a lot of nice rules here for the kids to follow so that everyone has a good time and learning takes place. And so you can watch that video and learn all about that. And again, on the video list, if you click on that button, there's just a lot of nice videos here. I mentioned the fraction paper cutting activity. You can watch that. We have it in 2 parts, part 1, part 2, understanding decimals. Just a lot of really nice things here that you can learn about and then use them in your class. Now, I want to also direct your attention to this button here called Publications. We have some books published, and the bottom 3 on this screen are all published by Corwin Press. Now you can go to corwin.com and type in my name, Edward Thomas, and you'll get access to these books. These can be purchased for around $40 per book. But here's something nice. We have these 3 books that we published ourselves, High Achievement Guaranteed, one for number sense, one for algebra concepts, and one for geometry concepts. And if you click on one of these book titles on the top 3, you get the whole PDF file of that book. And just the other day, I had a teacher from Cleveland ask me about one of our activities called quadrilateral paper cutting activity that he had seen me do in a workshop. And I was able to direct him to our book. And right here, quadrilateral paper cutting activity on page 39. So he just scrolled down to page 39 on the website. He was a subscriber. He read about the activity and used it with his kids and said the kids really liked it and it was very beneficial. So a lot of nice ideas in these publications. Now, finally, I want to show you something very important. See this button right here called Publish It? Look at the last one on the list. This is something new for 2015. And when you click on this button, it's going to take you to a page that's going to allow you to publish your own very good ideas on how to teach certain concepts and skills. So we know that teachers have their own favorite activities and strategies for certain things that they teach in math. So we're creating a sharing opportunity. If you click on the Publish It button, here's a little introduction. Publish It is a great way for teachers to publish and receive credit for their own great teaching ideas in math. The process is simple. Complete each of the fields below and click the Submit form. Soon your great teaching idea will be posted on Mathcore2k.com. A link to your posting will be added with the resource links accessible through the grade-specific CCS resource button. So when a teacher clicks on this button right here, when they go into their resources for their Common Core standard, they'll see a link also to your great idea as well as if you post one. So it's real easy. I'm going to scroll down and you can see here we have the place for the teacher's name, school name, date, grade level, phone contact. Now we won't publish your phone contact. We want that in case we have a question about what you're submitting. Place for the math concept or skill, the Common Core standard, the cluster value, and you can tell us, does it align with which 5 stage of math, which learning style, and you can learn about those, by the way, in our if you look back on our buttons, we have one for let's see here, for the planning tools. So if you click on planning tools, you can read more about that. And also student grouping, materials needed, and then a narrative of how to do your activity. So you click the Submit button after you get all those fields completed, and our webmaster will go ahead and publish that on the website. And so that's really nice that we're giving teachers an opportunity to publish their great ideas, and then all subscribers of Mathcore2k could go through the website and learn a lot of really nice ways to teach math from all the other subscribers who are submitting ideas. And you can even submit your material as well. Like if you have a page of problems or a diagram or a chart or graph that goes with your activity, you can submit that too at the bottom so other teachers can benefit. So let's just take a look. I'm going to click back on the home page. And so Mathcore2k, we talked about grade-specific resources. Those are the standards for your grade level. Click on it and you'll get access to resources. The Power of Every Day is where you have your daily warm-up problems and your mental masterings. Start class with a warm-up problem, 5 minutes, end class at the end of the day with a mental mastering. Some additional practice for end-of-year testing, the K8 practice button. We have a video list with a lot of our great strategies and activities. If you want to look up a Common Core standard, click on this button. It takes you right to the official site. Planning tools is where you can learn about 5 stages of teaching and learning math, the 4 learning styles, and other things. Our mission statement, the publications is where you can click on our High Achievement Guaranteed books and get information from those. If you need to contact us, right here, and then publish it where you can share your great ideas. So we're very excited about Mathcore2k.com, and we're very glad that you subscribed. If you're not a subscriber and you're seeing this on the demo site, please do join. It's very reasonable. It's only like $995 for a school, and that provides a year access for all the teachers in the school, or you can subscribe individually for $99. But it's really a great value, and a lot of really nice resources, and we continue to add resources for you to use with your students. So thank you for taking time to learn about Mathcore2k.com, and good luck with your teaching.